Real motion getter. Stay in motion. Gonna keep that motion. We gonna stay on top. $1 million nigga. $1 billion nigga. This is not no cap talk.
Cause I go insane, crazy sometimes, trying to keep you from losing your mind. What's up, baby? What's the deal, family? What's the deal? Dreamwise here for another one. Motion Mondays. This is where I go down my Instagram feed and feed our spirit some powerful, positive, uplifting messages so we can stay in the vibration. Open your eyes, see what's in front of your face. Save me a fistful of tears. Hey, that nigga Maxwell be gone, boy. Yes, sir. All right. Got to start with this because it's happened this weekend. So fuck it, let's get it on. And I started early today because we got Shivatism at 9:30 in the Patriarch. Shivatism is when the fellas and I get together and we go over divine Shiva male energy to understand ourselves from the masculine perspective on this earth realm and as gods. So now we're here, and I wanted to dive in heavy to this Clips album. So listen, Clips versus what we see Travis Scott just did, right? Now, first off, we got to understand that there's two different levels to the shift when you're choosing what to feed your spirit. And that Clips album was very expensive. Not in the aspect of, money, because I'm pretty sure Travis spent more money since he got the machine behind him. But you can hear the quality, the attention to detail, the beats, obviously for real, and the sophistication that they brought to the rap game with this album. I was just highly impressed, highly blown away to see how organized and how congruent or chronological it went, the album, to make you hear such masterful rap. And yes, and sure I did, because Travis Scott is from Houston, so I gave it a listen, and boy was I highly, well, it's not my age group, you know what I'm saying? It might be not my age group. I don't get it. I can't hear it. It's too loud. Something's going on with them shouting, and I'm feeling some type of way every time I'm trying my best to feel what these YNs is looking at and listening to. I promise you, I'm trying super hard. I'm like really zoned in the feeling. Okay, let me see what's going on with this music. Sure enough, it is not there. And let me show y'all this Clips album. Let's just start with the name, right? Let's start with the name, right? I can't make it up. Let God sort them out. You feel me? Let God sort them out. So that's a different level of sophistication, a different level of title that they put into the music, into the name of the album, than Travis Scott. Wait, Travis Scott new album. Oh, it's not even pulling up. Oh, here we go. Jack Boys 2. Chaos in the blood, baby. Hey, that nigga called his album Jack Boy. So now you know that you're listening to different frequencies, two different vibrations, right? And it's important to understand this to the core because, again, what affects our manifestations, what affects our consciousness is what we're listening to, what we're inputting into our stream of consciousness over and over and over again, what we're vibrating to, right? Some of y'all might be vibrating to that Jack Boys too. And guess what kind of vibration you're going to be in? A low vibration that's signaling microwave rap, trash, scamming, low vibrational shit. Let God sort them out is you saying, one, I'm God. Two, I'm in a position to take my time on this particular album, right? Put some real expensive energy into this particular album and give y'all my story, because that's what the clips did. They just gave you a chronological story about what they've been going through, especially with their parents transitioning, and then all the different ideas that they wanted to inject into the lexicon of melanated beings to understand the difference between a McDonald's Happy Meal and a gourmet expensive restaurant. Chaos in the blood, baby. So I thought I would start with that because, again, we got to understand there's three things happening in our spirit, right? It's our thoughts, our words, and then motion Mondays. Thoughts, what you're thinking on a basis, right? Your words, what you're speaking to yourself out loud or unconsciously, right? And then the motion you're putting behind that action. And all of that boils down to energy, which is what spiritual work is about. Energy, and energy is what actually manifests your reality for what it is. So you got to understand, you're creating your reality through a particular frequency, a particular vibration that you're choosing or unconsciously choosing based off of your thoughts, the words, and the lack of motion or motion that you're putting behind it. So now, how do you change your reality? Well, one, you got to start changing your thoughts. You got to start putting a different frequency into your being. So I tell the Patreon family all the time, you have to go to the more luxurious grocery stores. You can't go to Foodorama or Food Town. You have to go to the more high scale grocery store because, again, you're changing your vibration into that pitch, into that resonance of expensive taste. You must listen to the Clips album before you listen to the Jack Boy 2 album, because, again, it's two different frequencies that's happening in Pharrell and the Clips doing some off the wall fly shit, right? In the aspect of expensive taste, patience, sophistication, attention to detail. Instead of Travis giving y'all something real quick and fast and in a hurry that's not going to last long. With the Jack Boys 2 album. Hey, I just look at the cover again, baby. Niggas jumping the fence, baby. It's on. Hey, my nigga Travis know who to market to, or the machine knows who to market to. You feel me? Because, again, there's something about the hood or this energy of kick dough that makes young kids feel like they manly, or they feel like they're with it, right? And y'all gotta remember this too. The loudest one in the room is the scariest one in the room. So you don't have to And you know, these high school and shit, you don't have to be all loud and boisterous because you want people to look at you. The reason why people are looking at you because you're causing a commotion. It's a traffic. You didn't hit a car, so people look at the spectacle of the car wreck, right? But that doesn't mean you just make the car wreck. That means you got to be able to pull back, kids. I'm talking to my young guys, and understand that silence is more powerful than you showing your hand and trying to prove something to somebody. Let me get on Instagram, man. Let me get. I just be going in a tangent, boy. Just be going in a rant. So yeah, that damn Jack Boys 2 versus Let God Sort Them Out. And it's a complete sign for you to understand that there's two different frequencies happening, especially when we're talking about the hip hop age and we're talking about melanated beings. One, you just got to understand which side you're trying to resonate with, high vibrational shit. And two, you just got to start putting in the work to resonate with that heavier and heavier. Okay, let's get it on. Let's get it on. Motion Mondays. This is where I go down my Instagram feed and feed your spirit some powerful vibrational words. Let's see what we're going to start with. Shout out to the family. Peace to the gods.
And by that, I don't just mean being egotistical, being proud. Ego is the infinite self identified with the limitation imposed by the physical body, where I live, what family I'm part of, what culture, what country. The spirit is infinite. It inhabits this body, but it's not defined by it. But once we start wearing the physical body, we begin to identify with it and we begin to define ourselves. That self wants ease and pleasure. It's just what we want. We want it to be easy. We want it to be pleasurable. The egoically identified self says good is easy and pleasurable, bad is challenging. The infinite self says, I want to be free. I want to face and overcome, transcend all the limiting conditions, anything that prevents me from being that realized self is a limitation I wish to overcome. And so we have to learn to shift our identity. Spiritual growth is self-realization. And the word is realization, not acquisition. I simply come to know that which was always true. And often very challenging circumstances are required for us to realize a strength within ourselves that we would not have been aware of unless those experiences were given to us. So we choose them, but it's our higher self that chooses, and then our lower self gets the opportunity to expand into being its higher self by facing and overcoming them. We exist on several.
Ashe. Shout out to this goddess right here. Inner Life with Asha. Okay. Fly. Yeah, Bobby Hemmings said it best, right? Or Panic said it through Bobby. He said, Bobby just made everything right. You make everything right. Everything's working out for you. So the problem is the quote unquote bad things that's happening in your life. You create energy in your mind that, oh, this sucks. Right. And you're basically telling your higher self, okay, this sucks, so this is what I want. You feel me? Instead of you saying, oh wow, I'm learning something from this. So for instance, let's say you're paying a bill. Let's say you're paying your mortgage or whatever, right? And you're like, damn man, I'm paying this bill again. Like, oh shit, oh woe is me. It's always burning my pockets. Right? Instead of you saying that, you need to say, oh man, I'm glad I can afford to pay this bill. Oh, I have enough. I have way more than enough to pay it. Thank you, Spirit. So it's that simple tweak in your mind that's causing you to keep on creating the reality that you're seeing today. We just did in the Patreon, we did the Sphere of Availability 3-day workshop. And essentially what I was telling the family is, when in the meditations, just reaching right to the next threshold of your knowing. So whatever you can feel and touch next, right? You just want to grasp that and be patient with your manifestations. Because again, the miracle is just you manifesting that small thing, and these small things turn into big things. You got to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run. You got to run before you fly. So if you understand that, okay, it's a process going on in the manifestation process, in the manifestation thing, right? Then how do I get from where I'm currently at to my next step, which I can see comfortably in my energy and reality that I'm currently at, and taste that, and then be wild and feel the excitable energy in my being, and then keep on moving up the ladder. You're walking up some steps, and you just gotta be. So now this is what happens. Boom. See the miracle happen. Some uncomfortable thing happens, and you say, "Oh man, that always happens to me. It doesn't work out." Right? Because again, you've been programmed to believe that to see yourself luxury, or to see the bad things happening, means that something is wrong. Instead of seeing the bad, or the quote unquote bad, or the uncomfortable things happening as something good for you every time, no matter what. So if you get a flat tire, oh man, thank you, Spirit. Man, because shit, maybe I was going to get in a wreck an hour from now, a worse wreck. So Spirit blessed me with this flat tire. Thank you, Spirit. Right? Instead of being like, oh, I never get the best out of it. You got to switch your mind into the positive outlook, and do that and do that all the time, to spundulate yourself into wealth and prosperity and freedom. So it's a process, family. It takes some patience, but you can do it, family. You can do it. It's just about really becoming conscious and aware, right? And the more, hell, that's how I got out of my job. Instead of me treating the job as, oh, this shit sucks, I hate this bitch. You feel me? I started to understand, okay, I'm here for a purpose. It's uncomfortable in this moment. I'm here to learn something. This is helping provide for my survival, so I should have gratitude, or arigato, for it, which means thank you, right? Thank you for this job opportunity that I'm in. Boom. Place yourself, it's uncomfortable, cool, right? Place yourself in the sphere of, okay, this is going to help. This is helping me to the next level, and then the next level, and then the next. You feel me? So you got to be happy, you damn near excited that you have the opportunity to work to provide for your survival to get to the next step. And I get it. I hear some of y'all now. Y'all seen that girl, Afeni Muhammad, or whatever her name was, that stabbed the manager. We used to talk about it in the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? I told them she was intellectually disabled. I was saying special needs, but I didn't know. I couldn't remember the term intellectually disabled. She needed her hours. She wanted her check so she could keep on making her rap videos and shit. You feel me? Then my bro guy Morris said she did that at another job. So then he basically confirmed. Oh, I said, oh yeah, she definitely special needs. So 6 months from now, when y'all see her in the insane asylum instead of jail, just remember, Dream told you. Sometimes people just need You know what I'm saying? A little bit, somebody by them sides or in that jacket. And I'm pretty sure, rising in power to the goddess that transition, I'm pretty sure that she knew it. She was like, I gotta send this bitch, huh? I gotta figure out how to get this chick out of here. She just walking around doing all kind of shit. You feel me? She probably, that manager was probably like, nah, this ain't right, son. And I don't know. Hey, sweetheart, why don't you go? I can see her. You know, she probably said it calmly and everything. Hey, sweetheart, why don't you just take the rest of the day off? You look like you're stressed. All them videos we seen of her in the Patreon, you look like you're kind of stressed. Go ahead and take the rest of the day off, okay? And you just have a good day. That girl came back. What? So, you know, you got to put ourselves in different environments to succeed too, because, you know, when you see people, you know, these people that need some help, we got to figure out how to get them help ASAP or get the hell up away from around them. Straight up and down. It wasn't the lady's fault. I'm just saying, like, we got to figure out that as well. You feel me? And then, you know, I heard a lot of people trying to defend the Afeni Muhammad girl in the comments and stuff. And I'm thinking, like, yeah, these people kind of weird. But, you know what I'm saying? Essentially, what they're saying, what the comments were saying was like, why is she working at McDonald's? But they don't even know her struggles. They don't know her plight, right? And that's what I was just talking about. You have to, wherever you're at, just be in love with the job you're at right now. And essentially, if you're trying to get up out of that thing, right, then have some comfortability about the job and see the good in it. No matter if you're at McDonald's, no matter if you own your own business, right? See the good in it and see it doing good for you. That's how you get out. If you can't see it doing good for you, then you keep on telling your higher self, this is uncomfortable. I don't like this, right? And your higher self just keeps on saying, yes, okay, yes. Because it doesn't understand that you're actually disappointed with the thing. It's understanding that you want more of that. because your vibration is saying, okay, I just want more of this bad vibration, right? So you're going to sit in the bad vibration over and over and over again until you realize, wait a minute, I got to just start loving where I'm at, embracing the challenge, right? Loving the challenge, and start working through the challenge in a positive, uplifting way. Hey, I'm just telling y'all what it is, baby. It's time. It's time. Yeah, that's Stay High says, see the bigger picture. You feel me? Peace to the family, peace to the guys. Yeah, see the outcome, see the miracle happening through positive actions. Whatever you're doing at your job, right? It might be uncomfortable, but there's something there that you're there to learn. Trust and believe. And in that learning process, is going to take you further. Even if you're an entrepreneur like myself, right? Hell, I learn. I feel uncomfortable at times. I just say, oh, arigato. Oh, I say, thank you, Spirit, for putting me through this particular energy to learn. And guess what happens? Spirit just says, okay, bet. He's in love with this process of thriving and striving. So boom, it keeps on giving me more and more thriving and striving opportunities. You feel me? So that's what it is. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Shout out to the goddess right
Everyone's
there. Oh,
purpose
she came
is
back
exactly
up.
the same. We get confused because we start thinking about our purpose in terms of, exactly where I should live, exactly what career I should follow. There is an element of truth in it, but that truth gets exaggerated because it isn't what we do, it's the way that we do it that makes the difference. You can take any aspect of human development and you can use it as a way to expand your consciousness, to increase your awareness, or you can take that exact way of living and have it strengthen your sense of limited self-definition, your egoic pride in your abilities. You will have completely failed in your purpose from a bigger perspective. When people are focused so much on what is my purpose, they miss the purpose. The purpose is to be loving, kind, compassionate, to put full energy and the best energy we have into everything that's in front of us, learn to master our limitations, to be a light into this world, to be at peace with ourselves, and then, be an artist, be a doctor, be a lawyer. It won't really matter. And the other side of it is, until you have connected yourself to your own higher dimension, nothing will be clear to you, because there's so many conflicting cross currents of desire that are always clouding the picture. The reason you don't have clarity about why you were born and what you should do is because we haven't developed our intuition. And the way we have to develop our intuition is we have to do those spiritual practices, those self-development exercises, those right ways of living that will develop our expanded consciousness so that our intuition will be clear. Once our intuition is clear, then everything begins to flow. Everyone's purpose is exactly the same. We get confused because we start.
Shout out to the goddess again. Yeah, she dropping on that bitch. Yeah, I mean, the work is part of the part of you expanding your consciousness is the work that you have to do. Remember, you've been programmed for 20, 30, 40 years of your life, right? So now you're coming into this new work and you want the miracle to happen tomorrow. But you have to work, right, on yourself to have the channels, the downloads, the information come to you. And then you start to be in motion more and more because your intuition is turned on based off of you doing your meditations, your chakra work, and your big picture vision over and over and over again. So that's what we worked on in the Patreon with the sphere of availability. Essentially what we was working on was seeing ourselves in the next step next month. The recordings are on the Patreon, so y'all go look at that on the Patreon. Seeing yourself in the next month, but we worked on your emotions and we worked on the visual to see yourself next month and to let go of the angst to be somebody tomorrow or to be free tomorrow, right? You got to think a year doesn't take that long. This year is about to be over, right? And shit, niggas saying themselves. See, this is the problem too that'll be fucking people up. That conspiracy theory shit and all of that, to worry about, okay, I'm just waiting for another thing to happen. Niggas just waiting around for something to happen, boy. Aliens to come. They wait crypto to take off. Something they wait. You feel me? The government to put them in goddamn concentration camps. Niggas is waiting. They just hoping for something to happen. Iran. Niggas be hoping. And they, their whole spirit be shot because nothing happens the whole year. And then niggas play that game again on their ass next year. It's coming, baby. Just wait. Chilly. All right, watch. See. Better watch this. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's right around the corner. It's happening. You be 2030. Here it come. 2030. Then 2030 to 2035. Hey, I'm telling y'all, nigga, you gotta seize today. You gotta win today. If you win today by small incremental movements, essentially you're gonna start to see yourself in 2026 anew, free, traveling the world, doing all the stuff that you want to do, fulfilling your purpose that you feel is, what you was in, what you came down to earth for. And like she was saying, you are in your purpose now, whatever your job is. You're just not recognizing it because you're thinking that you're slaving at some job and it doesn't have no uh, end result to anything. When I was a teacher, a PE teacher, essentially I would teach my kids meditation over and over every class. 5 classes a day teaching meditation early. That was their warm up. So so think so now just understand where I came from, right? Seeing that opportunity to say, okay, well, let me at least teach these kids meditation and the power of your mind, right? In a subtle way, because you can't really be teaching shit like that at no school, no public school anyway. And I pushed that mental energy in them. You feel me? I pushed that spiritual energy in them. So much so, like kids was coming up to me telling me that they did it at home. Their parents would call me, like, "Oh, coach, we thank you for da 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 da," right? Just because I was taking them into visuals to see stuff in their mind first. And that was ordained for me to do that because, again, I was that kid in that same gym, the same gym that I worked at. I was the same kid sitting in that specific gym. I was at that same school, and my PE teacher didn't teach me shit. Push-ups, maybe. You feel me? I said, nah, if I'm here, I'm about to do something to really help these kids. So at least if only 2 of them get it, 1 kid get it. Fuck it, I did my big one while I was here. You feel me? And if they can just take that with them, then shit, they'll be gone. So that's a huge thing. Wherever you're at right now, just see uh, uh, your purpose driven happening right now. And if you don't know what it is, that just means you have to do more spiritual work on self, meditation, chakra work, so you can rid yourself of the human emotions. So then spirit can download information to you and put you in the manifestation zone accordingly. All right, let's keep it rolling. Shout out to the guy that.
All right. Very simple technique for any one of you in any circumstance where you start feeling that incompatible vibration is, first and foremost, of course, be honest within your own self-investigation and allow yourself to realize the difference between whether it is truly something that is not representative of who you are, truly something that is not representative of your excitement, or whether it is simply your belief system making it look that way. As soon as you clear out with yourself whether something really is or isn't reflective of who you prefer to be, then you can move forward. But the idea is to ask yourself a question in one of 2 ways. Sometimes the first way will work for some of you. Sometimes the second way will work for different people. The first way is when you feel that, when you find yourself in that moment, what would I have to believe is true about myself in this situation to feel, think, behave, or experience what I am feeling, thinking, behaving, or experiencing? Because all experiences, all behaviors, all thoughts, and all emotions come from what you believe to be true first. That's the blueprint. The emotions are the builders of the reality. The thoughts are the building materials. The behaviors are the way in which the builders are building your house. And the experience is you living in the house that was built from the blueprint. And if it doesn't feel comfortable in that house, trace it back to the blueprint, make the changes there in the belief system, and the emotions, the builders, the thoughts, the building materials, the behaviors, the style of building, and the house will all start to be in alignment and feel comfortable for you to live in, which is your experience of life. So the idea is, ask that question. The answer in some way, shape, or form will come either through a dream or synchronicity or what have you. Or if you find that asking the question that way, what would I have to believe is true about myself in order to have this experience in this way, to feel what I'm feeling? If the answer doesn't come that way, you can take advantage of the fact that people on your planet are so used to the idea of dealing with fear that you can use it to your advantage in the following way, by asking the question in this form. If I did in fact allow myself to be who I really prefer to be, what am I afraid might happen? That will usually reveal the fear-based belief, if you are willing to hear it. All right.
That's good, Bashar. Shout out to Bashar. Yeah. You have three different things: mental energy, spiritual energy, and your physical energy. So your mental energy is the thoughts that you're having on a constant daily basis, and you want to understand them thoughts from an honest perspective. What are you thinking on a daily basis that's putting you in the manifestation that you're seeing over and over and over again? Right? You might be thinking like limited beliefs of money. You feel me? You might have a idea of 30,000 a year is a lot, or 50,000 a year is a lot, right? That's a limited belief. You might have the thinking of making 50,000 a year or 50,000 in a month is impossible. You feel me? So that limited belief is putting a cap on your mind through the mental alchemy of what your energy is speaking to right now, right? Your spiritual energy is how much peace and how much love you are within yourself, right? How much energy you give to yourself in the form of love, loving on yourself heavy, right? And the aspect of, okay, I don't need particular people to tell me who I am. I know me and I love on me, right? So then you got to understand, how much are you looking in the mirror, smiling at yourself, right? How much do you honor what you're ingesting through the aspect of the media, the food, so on and so forth? You feel me? And then your physical energy is, are you putting in that motion? Are you getting up to do something about it? Is spirit giving you the play? And then are you making the play based off of you're not afraid to step out in the field? So now all of a sudden, spirit might give you a play to say, hey, I just want you to go to this dog show. And you don't really see no benefit in that, but you would rather sit at home and watch Love and Hip Hop or whatever. But spirit is saying, hey, I want you to go to this dog show. You feel me? And all of a sudden you go to the dog show. You've been thinking about you've been feeling like you want to breed dogs. And spirit been saying, nigga, I just wanted you to go to the dog show to understand how sophisticated the process is. You feel me? That kind of thing. So then, boom, you've been thinking about, you've been wanting to breed dogs. You go to the dog show and you actually say, well, nah, that's not for me, right? Cool. So now you don't waste no time on breeding dogs, because essentially you went to the dog show to cut that time out. Spirit just gave you that understanding, like, all right, this nigga thinking about these damn pits and shit a lot. Let me put this nigga in a show to show him what's going on with these dogs and blah, 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 blah. You feel me? So you got to understand that your intuition, your pineal gland is your beacon and is guiding you. It's your lighthouse. So in order to get your lighthouse humming and give you information through your dreams, through your waking life, you're just going to have to do the work to get that thing humming. So one of the meditations you want to do is look up with your two eyes, look up and look at your pineal gland and see a light spiraling around your forehead. That's your halo, right? And essentially, you're going to break up any kind of energy that's been holding your pineal gland half captive. So as you do that, count down from 99, or just do it as long as you want, right? Since you do it over and over and over again, what's going to happen is you're going to start to get these coincidences, which is actually spiritual channels, like you changing a channel on your TV, that's going to give you more information to make a play. So that's all you got to do is wake your pineal up so you can change the channel. Because you're probably not receiving no channels and you're probably stuck on one channel that's not serving you. So now you got to go to feed your pineal gland the stuff that it needs, right? Sun gazing, sunlight, just being outside in the sun, right? Harataki, water, loaded, whatever you have to do to get that thing humming, meditation, all of that stuff, thinking differently, right? All of that stuff is going to wake you up with an aha moment, like, oh shit. And this is the beautiful thing, or this is the interesting part of it. You won't even know it's your pineal gland. You might be like, damn, I've been doing this pineal gland work and I finally got that intuition thing. But what tends to happen is you've been doing your pineal gland work, boom. And then the aha moment comes and you just run with the aha moment and you forget that you had did that work. Telling you, I had, the way I got Phil Cooper, I went to sleep, normal night, right? I had did a meditation. Whatever, this was maybe 7 years ago now, maybe 5 years ago now, whenever I was selling them Phil Cooper books. I did a meditation because I really wanted a physical Phil Cooper book, right? The Magician that nobody could get. Boom, did the meditation, seen it in my hands, felt it, even had a picture up in my magic room of the meditation book, right? Or I got it in here, the Magician book. Right? Seen it, felt it in my hand, everything in my visualization. Felt me having it cool, whatever, right? Boom. I went to sleep. One of them nights, went to sleep. Boom. A dream of Phil Cooper talking to me and having a conversation with me, right? And in the dream, he said, go to eBay. Go to eBay. Whatever it was, right? Boom. Went to eBay. Not only did I find the Magician, right, for a cheap price, I found Phil Cooper. So much so we built a relationship and I started selling the damn book. Some of y'all remember that? Yeah, nigga, Dream Wise, yeah. Just based off of the dream I had, waking up at 2:30 in the morning, Phil Cooper coming through in the dream, telling me to go to eBay. Boom. I get up. Not only do I purchase the book, meet the guy, and sell his books for him. And I got Phil Cooper books that y'all ain't never seen. You feel me? Shit that's just exclusive. He just don't even put out, right? And basically, I'm telling you the information that this nigga wrote in the damn book. Some of it is super advanced, and it takes a lot of discussion and talk or whatever. But shit, that's what it is, right? I was selling his book for at least a year, all of his books, Wealth Magic, The Magician, whatever other books I was selling. You feel me? And that catapulted me into whatever, manifestation, abundance, all that other stuff. I think after that, I did the goddamn Master Student Conference. You see what I'm saying? Shit like that. So now we got to understand that our pineal gland is a very important process in giving us the next play. And then when we do have to play, we just got to put it in motion. Peace to the family. Peace to the family. Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. Let's keep it rolling. Let's see what we got here.
And looking at the world through a keyhole, you spent your whole life trying to widen that keyhole, to see more, to know more. And now, on hearing that it can be widened in ways you can't imagine, You reject the possibility.
No, I reject it because I do not believe in fairy tales about chakras or energy or the power of belief. There is no such thing as spirit. We are made of matter, nothing more. Just another tiny, momentary speck within an indifferent universe.
You think too little of yourself.
Oh, you think you see through me, do you? Well, you don't. But I see through you. What did you just do to me?
I pushed your astral form out of your physical form.
What's in that tea? Psilocybin? LSD?
It's just tea. With a little honey.
What just happened?
For a moment, you entered the astral dimension.
What?
A place where the soul exists apart from the body.
Why are you doing this to me?
To show you just how much you don't know. Open your eyes.
Right, shout out to the movie Doctor Strange. Yeah, I remember the first time that I went to the theaters to see it, the first day or that first weekend or whatever. You feel me? I wasn't on YouTube then. And I said, oh, it's begun. Because once they showed that scene, I said, oh, it's begun. I knew it was going to be something based off of the trailer. Yeah, you know, you are Doctor Strange, right? You're the strange one. We got to stop looking at ourselves as human and understand that you're something strange to this world. So it's strange to this world because everybody's living in an automaton rat race mentality. You are living from a whole different spiritual perspective or of energy. So your energy is leading you instead of your matter, your physical matter, right? That electron spiraling in your body is that invisible energy that's creating this whole illusion that we're calling Earth. So understanding that, right, from the quantum perspective, is understanding yourself as an invisible light code of information. You're just like a moving fast information thing. You feel me? So now the information is carried out through the walks of life that you're carrying within yourself. You feel me? So it's just about you changing the code in that information to fit your vision, desire, and your mind's eye. And that's just based off of the work. Man, we seen that movie. And I was just like, all right, bet. I don't think I'd ever decoded Doctor Strange, but I think one of my first YouTube videos was on that Doctor Strange with Bobby Hemmett. I just made a whole mashup of it. I think I called it You're Living in a Dream World or some shit. I called it something crazy. Grand Rising Pop. And I was like, go. Thank you. And I was like, oh shoot, okay. Y'all go see that. What did I call it? I called it something on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I called it, hey, because that shit blow you away, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Bobby Hemmett, Open Your Eye. Yeah, Bobby Hemmett, Open Your Eye. Yeah, y'all go check that out. All right, let's keep it rolling, baby. Let's keep it rolling. Shout out to the doctor.
Most people don't realize this, but we're not all living in the same reality. We're all walking this earth, but we're living in different dimensions. When you're in the lower dimensions, you believe in a God outside of you. You say things like, thank you, Jesus, and thank you, God up there.
Damn.
And that's okay, because that's the level you're at. It's part of the journey. But when you go through a Kundalini awakening, when your spirit truly begins to rise, something shifts. You don't just believe in Christ, you become aware of the Christ within you. You stop thanking something outside of you, and you begin to awaken to the power that was always inside you. Christ consciousness isn't about religion. It's a frequency, a higher awareness. It's when you realize God lives in you. You see, people argue because they live in different dimensions. and they don't understand each other. Some still live in the 3D where everything is fear, control, separation. You're over here trying to speak light, truth, oneness, and they look at you like you're crazy. That's because you're not speaking the same language of consciousness. When you awaken, you rise. You begin to see the world through God's eyes, not man's. And that's why we say not everyone will get you. Not everyone is supposed to, because not everyone has risen yet. But your job is not to prove it, your job is to live it. Let your vibration speak louder than your voice. Thank you for following us at Awakening.
Let your vibration speak louder than your voice. That's fire. Yeah, there's a book called Fourth Dimensional Living. Is it Fourth Dimensional Living? No. There's an idea called fourth dimensional living, right? You want to tap into the idea of fourth dimensional living. That's you living in the blue sky, thinking your visualization over and over and over again. I hope y'all been watching Sandman. Because again, yes, sir, Sandman. Hey, I hope y'all been watching Sandman too. I don't know when I'm gonna decode it, maybe in a week or two. But that hoe right there is it. You feel me? That's it. I said, oh shit. They went to hell. He got the key to hell. He gave it to the guys. He talking about heaven and hell as a reflection. I said, oh my God. I said, I hope y'all been watching Sandman. You know, that's that sophisticated. That's what I was saying earlier. Clips album, Let God Sort Them Out, or Travis Scott album, Jack Boys 2. What vibration you want to be in, baby? You got expensive taste, or you just want a Happy Meal and burgers and fries? You feel me? We gotta raise our level up of sophistication, especially as we get older. Jack Boys 2. God damn. I said, oh shit, Trav. That nigga Travis Scott talk. That's why they going at. See, that's why they battling essentially. Because the Clips probably seen that nigga walk in. Yeah, I wanted y'all to check out my music. And that shit was loud and annoying and shit. And then this nigga just tried to ruin our session, our studio session with that trash ass music. And we making some classic art. You see them boys, they walk, you gotta look at these niggas, man. They not on the shit that niggas is on. They walk in the fucking Fashion Week. You feel me? Louis Vuitton. They with Pharrell. Pharrell's the master designer of the whole damn company and stuff, right? Real expensive taste. Billionaire Boys Club, right? Or Jack Boys 2. Hot Happy Meal. Maybe you could supersize it a little bit. Travis Scott got a song with Future and Cardi on it. I said, oh yeah, that's it. Jack Boys 2. That's that. That's that goddamn quick ass Happy Meal. God bless. Understand, right? You want to start working your way up to expensive taste. The way you work your way up to expensive taste is by simply doing stuff that changes your vibration. So wherever you're at, everybody can clean their house, right? Boom. Everybody can make themselves presentable. You feel me? So that's starting to make more and more expensive taste in your energy. You can have your home clean and fly. You feel me? Then you start getting little pieces and stuff, right? Some of y'all got to change your wallet. You still holding on to this old ass wallet that's broken down and shit. How you expect to get some real money if the vibration of where you hold your money, your cards, your money, your energy is trash? Get you a new wallet and take all them cards out, take all of that funny looking cards out, whatever you got old credit cards in that bitch. Stuff you done maxed out. You got all type of shit in that wallet, boy. Defaulted on them hoes and everything. Clean out your wallet. So look, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about step by step, right? You can follow in line to the expensive taste. You just got to start where you're at and love on where you're at. And then essentially you're going to gradually grow to that next level of West Side Gun and shit. No, them niggas, that nigga, West Side, all of them boys. Them boys, fresh. You feel me? Clean your car. Wash your car. Make sure make sure you get an edge up or whatever. Make sure the food, then boom, you go to the food. You know what I'm saying? You start going, like I said, stop shopping at the hood grocery store and go to the expensive grocery store and buy what you can or whatever, right? This ain't about you start feeding your spirit better food, right? Eat your vegetables. You feel me? Don't eat gluttonous, right? Don't try to be fucking eating so much. Eat one time a day. You feel me? Really just get in the vibration, because then the vibration is going to say, or your higher self is going to say, oh shit, we in the wrong reality. Your higher self is going to be like, wait a minute. I need to put this nigga in a whole nother throat of reality. This ain't the reality for this nigga. This nigga need to be in something real sophisticated, real fly. You feel me? Make your bed up, shit like that. That's where you start, and then you keep on gradually going to another level. And shit, you listen to that Jack Boys 2, or listen to that Worker Arts Clips, that Clips album. You feel me? Chaos in the blood, baby. And then especially do whatever everybody else is doing, do the opposite. The opposite. Fuck that, nigga. Whatever everybody else is doing, do the complete opposite, and you'll be in the right vibration of that upward energy, so you can be in that expensive taste. You feel me? I'm just telling you what it is. All right, here we go. Let's keep it rolling. We got one more, and then we got Shivatism, fellas. Shivatism at 9. Well, right after this, Shivatism. And the Shivatism again is that's what I'm talking about. Niggas need to be in that Shivatism and the patriarch. Fellas, we're talking about our divine masculine energy and how we can show up better as gods, as Shiva. You feel me? As the one that's in control of his reality and in control of his emotions. One that's not reacting to what a female is saying and just moving by the flow of his energy. So y'all meet us in there, fellas, Patreon family, right after this. You too, Jock, because I see you. I see you right here now, nigga. Don't try to skip on the Shivatism, nigga. We in that bitch. You feel me? Fuck all that bullshit. Yeah, 4 newbies said he got a signed copy. I say, yeah. I was selling them hoes. Them hoes was good. Hey, I went walking in an upscale neighborhood this morning, visit like, Nikki, that's fly. Yeah, that type shit. See, Nikki doesn't just put y'all on to some game. Boom. Why would you go walk in the hood track when you could go take your walk in an expensive luxury area that's changing your vibration of how you move? Don't go to McDonald's to go get that coffee. Go to goddamn Starbucks. Just because, that's the more expensive taste type thing. You feel me? They're going to treat you better. Y'all know what it is, dog. We got to do that because it's a must.
Something. If all we did was stayed unconstipated, we could add 40 quality years onto our life. If you didn't do anything else, if you didn't take care of the lung, you didn't take care of the kidneys, you didn't take care of the liver, even if you didn't take care of those, eliminating through the colon will empty all of those channels of elimination into the colon. You have to realize that a tumor on your brain will go to the colon if you'll just make room in the colon. That's the body that has taken the waste and put it into a capsule so that that waste doesn't get into your bloodstream and kill us. That's the reason for it. That's the intelligence of the body. And if we could understand that intelligence of the body, things would change tremendously for them. But you know who has to understand that? Not the doctor, not your mommy, not your daddy. You have to understand that. You have to understand that and then realize that each one of us as adults is responsible for our own health. It's something. If all
I say shout out to the God. Yeah, I've been doing this alternate day fasting. Well, I did it the other week, and it was good, y'all. I'm telling you that it was good. It's helped. You know what I'm saying? Just even a one day fast. Like right now, I'm just eating once a day, right? In a window, basically 2-3 hours. I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? In that particular window. But that alternate day fasting, that shit works. So now y'all know my story. I've done 40-day fast, 30-day fast, 10-day fast, all the fasts you can do, right? Cool. And those are good, nigga. Trust and believe. I did that 40-day fast. Niggas was like, God damn, there's something different about you. They can feel it because my energy was speaking before I entered the room, right? That fat you're burning through the fasting process is helping you gain more channels and clarity, or helping your energy move, right? So now if you want to be in motion, energy in motion, you want to have some kind of motion and rid yourself of the human emotions. You want to rid yourself of the fat, and that energy that happens in your body will have you moving and have you more confident and assertive to talk to people and stuff like that. It's almost like it's almost like drinking 2 cups of coffee. You just up, ready, but not no feeling of anxiety and stuff. Just feeling of like, all right, let's go. Let's take on the world. What I got to do, what I got to handle, da 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 da. And the information that comes is amazing. It's like, wow, okay, I see what happens here. I think I was doing that. I was doing a fast one day, and I went and did a whole bunch of them little scripted video things that I used to do back in the day. I did a whole bunch of them in like a weekend, and then just dropped them slowly but surely. Just me talking with all the funny sounds and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where the fast can make you move faster, and it'll help you think faster, but then also it'll help your health. You feel me? Your physical energy, your spiritual energy, and your mental energy will be getting helped or healed through the fasting process. So I want to encourage the family to understand that to the core as well. All right, let's do one more. And then I got to get to my guys on this.
What if I told you that the doubt living in your mind isn't yours? That it wasn't born with you, that it was installed, not by truth, not by evidence, but by repetition, by years of hearing what couldn't be done, of seeing others settle, of watching powerful men shrink to fit into small cages built by fear? What if I told you that every hesitation you've carried, every quiet voice that told you to wait, to hold back, to question your own strength, was never yours to begin with? It was borrowed, programmed, repeated, but not born.
All right. That shit is good. Like a buzzing bee in this bitch. Hey, that's why we have Motion Mondays, to deprogram the junk that doesn't serve us. So essentially, we are here changing our vibration, changing our spirit by listening to these high vibrational messages that will serve us in the long run than us listening to trash stuff that doesn't have nothing to do with us. Only reason why you like the trash stuff is because you've been programmed to like it. And it's an addictive feeling, right? For you to like it. So, and then a bigger program is that you perceive that the girls like it. So now you start to really resonate in that spirit. And then that's when you become a jack boy too. That nigga Travis called his album Jack Boys. I said, shit. And then that shit is loud. Like, I wish I could play some of that shit. Y'all be like, all right, this shit is too loud, too whatever, goofy. He's screaming and shit. Busta Rhymes in this bitch. Like, god damn. No elegant, no player shit. It's just like loud music. And they trying to that's what the little kids like. I get it. Serve them that Happy Meal with fries. That's what the kids like. They want to hear all that shit because they in that zone of aggressiveness and shit. You feel me? We was talking about it in the Patreon. That girl, Lotto, right? Her making that song with the blicky. My blicky. Said my pussy get wet if you got that blicky. I said, oh my God. They training these kids to get a gun. They training them quick. She said, I get wet when I see you with that gun. I said, this shit is off the chain, baby, the programming. I said, protect your kids. They hearing that? That Lotto say that? She twerking and shit. And she hit you with that cardio, that song. My shit, she said, yeah, I love it when I see you with that blicky. Then all you see is what happened in that, what was that, in Philly? Them boys with that shootout and shit. Because these young kids like, all right, I gotta have my gun or she ain't gonna get wet. That's all subconscious. So now these 15-year-olds got guns because they trying to get their dick wet. Absolutely amazing time we living in for them to be so bold to just disastrously train our kids in that manner. Yeah, I seen a video with Charleston White. He talking about putting you. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I had just seen it. Let me see. What was it? Okay, here we go. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I seen this. I said, oh, it's going down. Charleston, he trying to drop on some shit.
People with resources don't put their kids in public school. If LeBron would have went to public school, he would have never been LeBron James. That's why he went to a private Catholic school.
Now, y'all just got to understand the message that he's giving in relation to the free lunch type of mentality, or people putting you in particular places to program you, public school, right, to think a certain way and to move a certain way so most of the world could be workers. You feel me?
If Kobe would have went to public school, he would have never been Kobe Bryant. That's why he went to a Catholic public school, private school. If you want to develop your child, you don't put your child in no public school to go deal in an environment where all of these children who live below the poverty level. Because in most public schools, predominantly kids get free lunch. That means your parents are poor. You're below the poverty level. That means you're either at or above or below. That means y'all don't have no money. And your mother had to prove this. That's why you get a free lunch. Why would you put your kid in this environment where the focus is all of these kids passing a test so the teacher can keep her job? It's not about teaching and developing your kids. Why would you put your kid in this unless you have to?
So remember in the public schools, Yeah, no, he's right and exact, because essentially, you know, the teachers are trying to meet a quote. The more the kids get on a particular level, the more money they fund the school with, and the more these teachers get paid, right? So now, uh, 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 understanding that whole thing is just about, it doesn't matter if let's say the kid starts at a low level, right? If they just grow a little bit, which is, you know, a good thing, you'll say, oh, that's a good thing, right? But what they're teaching is not actually serving the kid for a growth of his own development. You feel me? So the public school is a training ground to help to make people, or kids, or, you know, people walk into the working group of people accordingly, to then transfer to a job, so you can work a job and do that. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with a job. I'm saying we do have to think outside of the box and start moving into, okay, what does my kid like? I'm talking about at a young age. So y'all that has these 10-year-olds, 12, whatever, right? What does my kid really love to do, right? And start nurturing that in the form of training him or pushing him into that, and seeing him develop through that skill, instead of something that he's not gonna gravitate towards anyway in the public school program thinking. So with the private schools, they say, all right, what subject do you want to learn today? And they direct you to the corners that have them. And there's an assistant teacher there that's helping the kid grow in that specific thing. Hell, what's it called, has a child in a private school, developing arts private school, you feel me, and all of that other stuff. So it's a good thing if you can invest in it, and you know, and it can move your kid into something that they want to do, instead of be hurting and doing stuff that they have to do, like work at McDonald's and shit. All right, let's get it on. Let's get it on. All right, I love and appreciate y'all, man. Love and appreciate y'all. Shivatism on the Patreon, fellas. So I'm gonna see y'all soon. Peace to the gods.